Hello everyone, I'm Laurel and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making a really pretty pair of Valentine earrings. The supplies you're going to need are UV resin, red resin dye, pink glitter flakes, a mold that makes teardrop shapes, and we're going to be using the smaller size, a mold that makes tiny little hearts, mixing bowl, mixing utensil, 20 gauge wire, flush cutters, and a 6-step Bale Maker. Let's get started. To begin with, we're going to need UV resin, the red resin dye, mixing bowl, mixing utensil, and the heart-shaped mold. Here I'm just putting in a little bit of the clear UV resin. I'm adding 2 drops to the resin. And I'm mixing it up thoroughly. And I'm just going to tap in some of the resin into each of the heart shapes. The reason I'm doing this is because they're so small and you really can't pour into the mold. And now I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. Now that they're cured, we can remove them from the mold. As you can see, they turned out nicely. Now I'm going to make some more. I'm just going to make a bunch of them. So make as many as you want, and as you're using them, if you feel that you have leftovers, just use them for another project. Each time that you make these, cure for 60 seconds. Now we're going to remove these from the mold. It seems at this time that I'm trying to remove them, it's a little bit more difficult. I brought out another mold to make the hearts. It seems that the silicone mold with the hearts that I originally used, after 2 times it got very difficult to get the hearts out. It seems to be a handmade silicone mold, so I decided to use this mold, which has 2 tiny little hearts in there. Not the big one, but there's small ones in there. And I'm just going to use that. And I'm just going to do the same procedure. I'm just going to dab a little bit of the UV resin into each of the hearts. Here I'm just using the very last drop of the red resin, and then I'll be mixing up just a little bit more. I'm adding just a little bit of the UV resin into the mixing bowl, not much because I'm just going to make a couple more of these hearts, and just 1 drop of the red resin dye. And then I'm just going to mix it up thoroughly. add some to your mold. Cure for 60 seconds. I did want to show you the silicone mold. What happened was, after a few uses, mostly after the 2, it started tearing away at the hearts, and then it just made it more difficult to get the hearts out from the mold. I'm going to remove the hearts from this mold, and as you can see, they're coming out really easily. And I'm going to make a couple more, and then we're done with the hearts. I accidentally dropped some of the resin into the oval mold, but I'm just going to use that for another project, so I'll just cure that for 60 seconds along with the hearts. Now I'm going to remove the hearts, and the oval I'll just set aside. And next you're going to need your teardrop mold and your pink glitter flakes. I decided to use the smaller one, like I said at the beginning. So I'm just going to pour some UV resin into the mold about 3/4 of the way up. Now we're going to use the pink glitter flakes, and we're going to use tweezers to place the glitter flakes into the mold. After taking the glitter flakes out of the container and putting them into the mold, I decided at this point I should just pour out the glitter flakes onto my mat. It's a silicone mat, and I just didn't want to, contaminate the container with the UV resin. I am putting a lot of the glitter flakes into each of these 2 molds. And I apologize because I think my head hit the camera and that's why you couldn't see, and then I just adjusted at this point because I noticed that it was a little off. I wiped off my mixing utensil, and I'm just inserting it into the mold and just swirling the glitter flakes around in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of the glitter flakes. When you're putting in the glitter flakes, you have to be patient because the opening to the mold is very small and it does take a lot of time. I'm just using the mixing utensil to just stir up the glitter flakes inside the mold just so that they're distributed evenly around the entire mold. And now I'm going to start placing in the hearts. I'm placing equal amounts of the hearts into each of the molds. I'm just wiping off the excess resin that's around the mold. I'm adding a few more of the glitter flakes into the mold. I'm just using up the glitter flakes that I had poured out. I don't want to waste them, so I'm just placing them all into the mold. I'm using a baby wipe to wipe off my tweezers. As you can see, I cleaned off my desk, and now I'm just going to use the mixing utensil, and I'm just going to place it inside the mold and swirl around the glitter flakes and the hearts. I'm going to cure it for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it over and cure the underneath side for 3 minutes. Instead of using an eyelet screw, I'm just going to make my own little loop so that I can fasten the earring onto it. And I'm just cutting 2 pieces at 1 inch each, and I'm using 20 gauge wire for this. With the smaller step of the Bale Maker, I'm just making 2 little hooks at the end of each end. And I'm doing this on both of the wires. And then I'm using one of the middle steps, which is a little bit larger, and I'm just folding it over to make like a half of a loop. Now we're going to add a little bit more resin and just fill it to the top. Some bubbles formed at the top of the mold, so I'm just using my lighter to gently glide over the top and burst those bubbles. Now I'm going to be adding some more glitter flakes. The flakes seem to be stuck in the bottle, so I'm just pulling some out with my tweezers. And then I'm just placing them into the mold. Now that all the glitter flakes are put in the mold, I'm going to put the little loop in. I'm just setting it at the top. I'm making sure that they're sticking out evenly. I'm going to cure it for 3 minutes and then turn it over and then cure it on the other side for 3 minutes. And this will make sure that it's cured all the way through. Now that they're cured, I'm going to remove them from the mold. At first it's a little difficult to get it through that hole, but once it starts coming out, the rest of it slips out pretty easily. They turned out beautifully. Now you need 2 fishhook earrings to finish them off. With your pliers, bend the loop to the side, add your earring, and then close it up with the pliers. And then do the same to the second earring. If you liked my video, please give me a like, give me that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell for further notifications of my upcoming videos. Also, in the description box below, you will find links to my jewelry, my artwork, and my photography. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.